Alright, so I decided I'm going to use this location. Looks like somebody else has been here before a little bit. Not much, but it does look like it was a fire pit. So I'm going to go ahead, reuse this. That way I don't disturb any other natural areas. So I'm just going to go ahead and dig this out. So I like what I see. Ground's a little wet, but I'm not too terribly concerned about that. If I really wanted to, I could get some sticks. I think I might as well. There's plenty around. Just get some sticks, break them up, and put them down on the ground. Create a little barrier between the ground and what will be the fire. Fire is going to get hot fast, so it'll burn off a lot of this moisture. Oh, looks like the little sun is finally coming out. Don't often get to see that here. That's it. Barrier doesn't need to be anything terribly significant. Just enough to keep your wispy bundle off the ground. That's good. I brought my bow drill. Named bow drill for what looks like the bow. The bow is it's about the length of my arm or so. I've seen some that are short, probably only like 10, maybe 12 inches, and I've used those to get fire started. A lot of the bow is personal preference. I tend to like mine that have a little bit of flex in it. Some people really don't, and some people will just use a big old thick piece of wood. But yeah, I like some flex. This handhold, nice piece of sandstone that I found in a creek just before winter started. Pecked out a little hole in the top, and then that way my spindle fits right inside, spins around, and I don't need any type of grease or pine pitch for this. The important thing is when you have a normal wooden handhold, you'll start to, the end, like this part here, will start to burn up in your handhold, and you don't want that. You want your handhold to be free of any friction, and so I tend to like to use white pine pitch. I've got a couple fireboards here, and both of them are actually white pine, and some spindles. This one's a red oak spindle. I'm not going to use that today, but I have a red maple spindle. And a lot of people say, "Oh, you can only use softwoods when you're making a bow drill kit or any kind of friction fire," and I disagree. I've started fires with kits made out of everything from ash to red oak, and as you can see, this is red maple. So what I gotta first do is burn in a little area, get this going. Then I'm gonna carve a notch into it, which I'll show you in a minute. You can see that it's already starting to smoke. Smells wonderful. Oh yeah, it's great. And so you can see here there's a notch, but I've already burned through this hole, so I'm gonna go ahead, cut a notch into this one, and then that way be able to collect my coals. Now, knife safety is always one of the biggest things when you're out in the woods. Without proper knife safety, you can lose fingers, have to be evac'd, and yeah, that's no bueno. So maintaining good control of your knife is essential. Now I'm also gonna sharpen this guy up a little bit. Even him out, and I'm gonna take off that tiny little nub at the top that was there when I burned through the other hole. Hear those geese in the background. Be some good food. Goose would feed me for a couple days. Hopefully I wouldn't eat it all in one sitting, but you never know. And keeping track of your gear is always essential. So this knife is green, looks like the forest. I don't want to lose it. If I lose my knife, I'm gonna have to go out and nap something. So it's not impossible to do, but finding the right stone here, where I am, to nap is really hard. Best luck that I would have would be getting some limestone, finding some granite, and grinding the limestone on the granite. We don't have any flint here. The closest would be the Onondaga Chert, but that's a good 40 to 60 miles north of where I am. So finding limestone would be my best bet. So this is one of my lifelines. Don't want to lose it, so make sure I know where that is at all times. Now I'm gonna find a good leaf, and this is what I'm gonna catch my coal on. Get my fireboard as even as possible. And I'm using some P-cord today. I'll often use maybe basswood or dogbane that I've found, and I'll twist that into some good cordage. But today, just decided, just in the interest of getting this going, in fact, spruce root is one of my favorite methods of cordage. And I'm seeding spruce around here, and I'll get a few Bodro fires started with spruce root. So we're smoking now. Just gonna get enough coal to build up. And so I've got a good little coal here. Yeah, perfect. So now I'm gonna get my tinder bundle out. Oh, that coal, it wants to go. It's asking if you put in something. All right. So look at this right here. This is life.